we are back with a different episode, something more interesting. Alright, so where do we start here? So, present you my new asset, PlayStation 5. It's broken though. Had to be broken. What does it need? HDMI port. So we're going to be changing the HDMI port on this today. I'm going to be documenting how to replace it and teaching you guys what you need, how to do it. I'm going to show you now what you're going to need for this job. And yeah, let's go. So the first thing obviously you're going to need is some fresh conductor. Now I'm going to clean the whole PlayStation. We're going to replace the liquid metal in there with new one. Yeah. Clean all the dust, because it's a bit dusty in places. So yeah, we need the HDMI port. This is for the PS5, as you can see. That is what differs. The port itself, they're all pretty standard, you know. One moment. So solder, I'm going to be using 6040 leaded solder. This is my favorite solder. This is normally what I pick up. This is really good stuff. I've tried some shit solders before, and this brand here, always consistent. The solder is always good, so I use this. I've ordered low melt solder, but it's not going to be here today, so I might as well just try to do this without low melt solder. Ideally, you don't really need it, you know, if you know what you're doing. It's my first time replacing it, so I probably would need it, but I'm going to wing it, and I'm going to try without it. Should be alright. Soldering iron, obviously you're going to need a soldering station. You will do to be soldering the pins. What else? So this is Rosenflux Amtech. I've had this for a couple years now, really. Expiry date, yes, it is gone. When is it? Manufacturing date 21, expiry date 22. It's 3 years expired now. I've ordered some new one, but I still use this one and it still works fine. To be fair, I don't really know why they have expiry dates on them. I don't do this stuff very often. So yeah. What else do I need? Not sure if I'm going to need this, but in case I do, I have some soldering braid wire, solder wick as they call it. So, got the tweezers. Most importantly, probably the most important tool, really, of them all, will be the reflow station or the hot air station. So I think we're good for now. So let's analyze this port. In my opinion, it doesn't look too bad, but clearly it needs replacing, obviously. Now, replacing this without a microscope is going to be interesting, but we should be able to get this done. This is all part of the fun and games, isn't it? Alright, let's crack on with this. This might go very well or very bad, but this is what the interesting part is all about. Right. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure there's enough light here so you see what we're doing. I'm going to put flux on top of these. We're going to grab our soldering iron. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, ideally we need low melt solder, but I don't have any. So what we're going to do is just use a standard solder. And we're gonna replace the original solder with leaded. I don't mind using more flux. Flux will always help you, so be generous on this stuff. This is the secret, in my opinion. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, sort of. Now, on this side we're going to also use flux. Now this is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. I understand that it's ideal. Let me quickly change tips as well. I'm going to use this tip. It's like, barely use this one. Never used it actually. But it seems a bit more suitable for the job. Alright. Okay, now this is the part where we are going to grab our hot air station. And that is solder, right? Yeah. This is not ideal. For a second I thought it was liquid metal. Worried then. So I am going to do this from the back. And I'm going to do it at high temp. 450 Celsius. I'm going to go for. We're going to flip the board around, we're going to analyse this side, see if we're not going to lose nothing, hopefully not. Surely you guys want to see this. Cool. Now, you gently tap the HDMI port, wiggle it a little bit, you'll know when it's ready to come out. It's taking longer than I thought this is. Like, why is this stuff? There we go. Right. Now, I saw something dropping. I'll let the board cool off a little bit. HDMI ports here, although cooked. All these little components are still there. We're going to clean the board. That little capacitor is still there. Here's the old HDMI port. Straight in the bin. Alright, now what are we going to do? We're going to grab our soldering iron again. We're going to clean the area. We're going to use flux. Don't be scared. Now these pads are so small, they're a lot smaller than I thought they would be. I can see why microscopes are a brilliant thing. I can also see why low melt solder is brilliant. So that ground pad, let me take this tip off. Get the big tip. And we're going to crank the temperature right up just for a moment, 400 and something. Now the idea is to flush these holes out with leaded solder to make my life easier. Cool. We're going to clean the area now. Right. So this is that part where this might get complicated for me, given I have never done this. But we will find out. Can't be that hard, can it? Just a bit of soldering. Now that capacitor is still there. For me, that's quite important. Yeah. Let's drop a load of flux on there. Being generous. Now, what I'm probably going to do is heat this from the back. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and we're going to drop the HDMI in place. This is a bit complicated. Now I need a different Right, I can see the solder is melted now. So I should be able to just drop that. in place. Put pressure on it. Oh. Hold it. And that HDMI is in now. Beautiful. Now, really quickly, let's check the components. They're all still there at the back. Nothing dropped. The HDMI is in place. And ideally, what I'm going to go do now, we'll try to see if I can see any of these pins moving. Now, in my opinion, now I can't actually tell, and the problem is so let's clean this area. Right, so we've cleaned the whole thing now. It's time to start reassembling. First thing you want to do, pardon me, clean this again, because we're going to be applying liquid metal on here. So we want to have the surface very well cleaned, lint free as well. So make sure there's nothing on there contaminating surface. So both surfaces need to look sort of, this one not so much on there, but the other one there is a nice bubble on there. Now hopefully the liquid metal doesn't, well, it does move a little bit, that's my concern. So, how am I going to do this? Now, which way does the... like this. Let me have a quick look, see what's going on there. Okay. Now, before I drop it right on there, make sure everything is aligned. So HDMI has been replaced. Bish bash bosh.